Hi guys, thanks for stopping by. This is Sophia. I have with me a little project share. This is for the coffee and donuts themed birthday swap. I joined really late for this swap, and then a bunch of stuff ended up happening in my own swap and in my own like personal stuff. And I wasn't able to submit this on time to Meeka, but I did still want to give it to her and for her to have it. And I also have a bunch of goodies that I got her as like a side gift or whatever, since it is her birthday swap. And so I'm sending what I made for Meeka and then what I made to swap, but it probably won't be swapped. She can just keep it or gift it or whatever she decides to do with it, because it's pretty much the same as hers, and she probably won't want two of them, right? But anyways, yeah. This is for her coffee and donuts birthday swap, and she is Meekaboo32 on Instagram and on YouTube, and that's that. So I put everything that I made in here, and I have another one which is purple, but it's like the same stuff, minus maybe like some of the papers are different. And I'm just gonna go through it, and the requirements for her swap were a layered memdex, a fun fold card, a mini pocket letter, and 2 shakers, and optional a 3-piece banner. So since she said optional, but I knew that she really wanted a banner, she got a banner. As Meeka says, you know, if you don't ask, then you'll never know. So this is the pocket letter that I made. The one for the swap partner or whatever, it has a different flat back of, I think, a bat. So that's the only difference, but it's the same with a little bit different patterns maybe. And it says, love you a whole latte. Coffee is always the best inspiration. I put this little heart coffee and these 2 donuts. And then I have this coffee bean border, and I put that on the side with some ribbon. I added a little eyelet right here to put my dangle. I wire wrapped this little ghosty and added a heart on the bottom. I know that's not coffee themed, but you know, there's coffee behind him, so it's fine. And then on the back I have some little plastic chain in 2 different colors, and then a corresponding whatchamacallit lobster clasp, and she can switch them or dangle them or whatever she wants to do with them. There's some cutter parts which are different between the 2 pocket letters, but there's a bunch of cutter parts that I found in Cricut Design Space, and then I cut them out and you can use them. They're like a kind of what I would say generic Halloween cutouts, so hopefully she can find some kind of use for those. And then these are some latte cups that I die cut and paper piece together, and so she can use those in a future project. And all of my swap was done in Paige Evans Tricks and Treats paper collection. So that's that. I will probably put this in like a little baggie or something, but I need to go find, I have these little bat bags that I think I'm going to use. Anyway, so this is some beads that I like put in here for this. I didn't really have much coffee charms or beads or anything like that, and since I was like I said, really late to the swap, basically I agreed to be on a live with Meeka and Lacey, and then she's like, well, if you're going to be crafting for the live anyways, do you want to just join the swap? And she was very convincing, so I said yes. And so hopefully if you see this, Meeka, open this box from the bottom. Don't open it from the top, just because I feel like it messes stuff up. But I mean, you could do what you want, but I think it's better if you open the bottom, and I packaged it so that you're able to do that pretty easy. And then I just included some little beads for her. These are also beads, and the ones that I used in the swap, I painted them with gel polish so that they would coordinate better with the swap, and then I cured them with my UV light. So if you are noticing that these are not the same colors as the other ones, that's why, because I did that. So put these back in here, and then you just close it up like this. If you have this box, in my opinion, this is the better way to close it, because then you don't damage your box and you can reuse it. And I love reusing packaging, so that's what we're going with over here. Okay, if I can get it to go back on. Right? As soon as you say something out loud, it's like, sometimes the universe is like, oh really? Oh really? Right? You said it was going to be easy to package it this way? Let me just prove you wrong. Okay, so there's that. And maybe it's a little bit wonky now that I took it off and on, but there's that. And then I bought some coffee M&Ms that I found at Five Below, and I don't have this dye. I tried to buy this dye, and that's what I get for buying it on AliExpress. But I found one on AliExpress, and it's teeny tiny. It's like this big. So yeah, so then I made this on my scoreboard. If you guys would be interested on a tutorial for this, it's so easy. So easy to make. I just used my scoreboard and, well, score cutting board or whatever. And then some, what are these called? Fancy scissors or whatever on the sides. And doesn't it look like it's a die? You know, minus that it doesn't have embossing. It looks like the real deal. So I'm super happy with that, and like I said, this perfectly fits a bag of, like a regular size bag of M&Ms, and then these are buttons from Joann's. I'm not crying. And I just like slid it on here. I burned the end of this because it's synthetic, you know, and then slid it in and then cut off the burned piece because it didn't look cute. And so hopefully it doesn't come off in transit, but I don't think it'll move around that much that it'll come out in transit. And I think that's super cute. So then they'll just take it off, and I put an eyelet in here, so they'll just take it off, and then they can get their chocolate out, and they can reuse the box if they want to for something else. And I know that Meeka does have this collection. Sorry, that's my washer. Okay, and then these bags I found at Dollar Tree, and I just glued them for the stuff that I had to fold over. And then this is from a bow, which I couldn't find the dye to right now. It's somewhere. But this is the negative space, and I had kept them because I was like, well, that looks like its own bow. And so I kept them, and here it is. I added one of those buttons, like I clipped off the button part on the back. Or did I? No, I didn't. I just left it. Never mind. I just glued the button on here. And then I glued it onto a little paper clip, clothespin, tiny clothespin. And in here, what did we put in here? Let's find out. It's a surprise for both of us. You guys, I've had a morning today. Okay, and so, okay. I included this pen for Meeka and my swap partner, and I used the KS Craft nail file holder, and again, Paige Evans collection. I used some of this trim. It's like a black shiny eyelash trim, and I just tied it in a bow, but it just looks like a craziness. And then I kind of thought it was too plain, so I added this wire wrapped bead and a donut, and it's a coffee pen. You know, who doesn't like a fun pen? I know Meeka loves fun pens, and I need to order some beadable pens, so this is the next best thing, a novelty pen. Okay, so that's that, and then once again just put the little clippy on, and there it is. Okay, and then last thing in the bucket is, what is this? Is this my memory text? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, if I can open it, I will show you. Oh, these are my shakers. Okay, so actually I have one more thing because I didn't bring my memory decks over here. So these are my shakers. I left them kind of plain so that she can decorate them and use them for whatever she wants. I put this fun mix that I made in here, and I think it goes excellent with the collection. And yeah, I think they turned out super cute. And then, so that's that. And then I have my Fun Fold card. This is a die from iCrafter. iCrafter is no longer in business. Very, very sad. But this is called an impossible card, and there's lots of tutorials on YouTube of how to make one of these without a die. So look it up if you would like to make one of these, because they're super fun and there's different shapes of them and stuff, and it just looks like it's impossible for it to do this because it's one solid piece. But like, what? How? What? And I put sweet birthday wishes because it is her birthday, and it has this coffee and a donut and the Halloween paper, and then it says boo, you know, like Meeka boo. So I thought that was cute. And yeah, that's my Fun Fold card. And let me grab the mem decks right quick. Alright, so I found them. Okay, so I don't know which one is going to go in her package yet, but they're slightly different, so I will show you both of them. This one is one of them, and it's the KS Craft coffee carafe Mendex or something like that. Coffee pot Mendex. I don't know what it's called, but it's from KS Craft. And this one, same die, different papers, and then different ephemera. And again, these ephemera were from Cricut Design Space, and yeah, I think they turned out really cute. I hope Meeka likes it. And that is my coffee and donut swap. Thank you, Meeka, for hosting a great swap. I'm so sorry that I was not able to submit this on time to you. And thank you, everyone, for watching this video. I hope you have a great day. Please subscribe if you're not, and I'll catch you on the next one.